how accurate is this reconstruction of your studio?
Yeah, I think it's kind of. I would if I was if it was 12:30 now, I'd be getting a lunch off. I'd be getting the kind of because we have a kitchen in the studio where we eat. So 12:30, getting all the food ready. So it's not. We haven't got the food.
No
we haven't got
kitchen.
the kitchen and food. So we're kind of sandwich bound at the moment. The tea's not flowing like it used to. Everything is like food and tea related. But besides that, I mean, we've got the tables and the chairs and the pens. We can do the work and everything in a kind of dry way. We need more moisture. To tell the truth, if I've got a table and a pencil and paper, you can kind of get on with it. But yeah, we've got the computers and. I mean, it's all in one square. When in my studio, it's kind of in 3 different rooms. We've got a print room, and that's 2 streets away from the other studio, where we have like a kind of workroom downstairs and a kitchen, and then upstairs I have my kind of bit where I work as well. So we're all on the same level here. But yeah, I mean, the real difference is we're not really working with that properly because the idea the idea that I thought was exciting, interesting would be the fact that you could chat to people and people can ask you questions, a bit like this. And obviously because of that, you can't really plan to do a good day's work because you kind of, every 10 minutes, have a little chat. And it's very sort of broken up into small things. So I'm kind of doing a bit of drawing, but not expecting to get a lot done. And so it's a bit of a break, really. It's sort of a bit of a 12-day sort of thing of its own, rather than. But yeah, I mean, all of the things on the walls have just been taken off the walls at the studio and just put back up here. So yeah, there are loads of things up there that aren't relevant to. They're just what we have on the walls of the studio, so we have them up here. It's funny, people really staring at them now. It's just a picture of Madonna. So I didn't take that photograph. It's out of a magazine.
Cool. So, well, yeah. What's this that you're drawing now?
This will be a big paper cut for a show that is going to be in November. So I'm trying to get some work put aside for this show.
It's a solo exhibition.
It's kind of a solo show, in London. So I'm sort of trying to do more of my own work this year and a few less commercial projects, and basically kind of turn it around the other way. Last year it kind of swung a bit too much. I wasn't really having enough time to do my own stuff, So I've really made a conscious decision to definitely turn it back around and turn work down and try and get on with. Just to give myself a bit of a fresh injection of sort of, creativity and, actually get some new ideas in and think, because, you have a style and, people kind of say, oh, can you do that, something like that, can you do something like that again? And you kind of get on a bit of a treadmill of not really doing new stuff. And this is hopefully going to give me a bit of a boost.
Brilliant. Maybe one thing that I wanted to ask
go
you,
for it.
and that was about, there's a lot of intricate paper cutting and illustration, but there's a lot of your work has words and text, and I kind of wanted to ask you about that. Sort of what inspires you on that front. And
yes.
That was.
I mean nothing. The thing that really inspires me is. I get asked this question all the time, and I always freeze every time.
Oh no, sorry.
No, but there isn't really an answer. But I suppose the general answer is kind of, I'm pretty busy, and I kind of go to my studio every day, and I kind of work all the time. But I mean, to tell the truth, I don't know who said that quote, but that whole 99% is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Who said that? I don't know. Is it Mark Twain? Anyway, the point it's quite true. I don't really sit around and get inspired while I'm at work. That's much more just getting on with working with the 1% ideas that I have when I'm not at the studio. Really, I mean, I tend to find that kind of ideas and thoughts more come from just being alone and thinking and walking around, or riding my bike. I might have ideas, or just sitting in bed before I go to sleep. It's those kind of quiet times and stuff where, well, I just kind of thoughts come to you all the time, and I sort of jot them down in little notebooks and stuff, and you kind of come to the studio and you look at all these kind of things. I think I can remember. It's almost like these things kind of come to you, and you just kind of you build on them, but I don't know where they quite come from really. They're just little. Well, I suppose it's ideas. One thought sparks another thought and leads on to something else. But it's very much comes from kind of nowhere in a way. Just generally, I don't know. You have sort of. I don't know. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
That's a really good answer.
There you go.
It's better than seeing me struggling for like about 5 minutes. Going, I think I don't know.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time.
No, it's cool.
And it's a real joy to see the work.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's nice
really
there. People love coming and looking at the paper cuts, especially when they're really detailed. They sort of lots think, oh, how long does that take to do? And it's they're sort of interested in. I suppose if you don't do art and you don't do it for a living, and you sort of see people that do this funny thing all day. I mean, if I went to a kind of a steam engine rebuilding place, I would just be like,
amazing.
I would say, how do you do that? And it would be, it's interesting, isn't it? Other people's jobs.